with each mainline Dragon Age game picks up pretty much right after the last one. But maybe you're wondering what order to play the DLCs in. Don't worry, I've got you covered. Welcome back, guys. How's it going? Today, we're adding another game to our list, which is Dragon Age. If you're thinking of starting it to refresh your memory before the next game drops, this is the perfect chance to play them in order. But this video is mainly for those who've never played Dragon Age before. Just so you know, I'm only covering the main stuff in this video. We've got 3 mainline Dragon Age games, and with the 4th one dropping this October, it's the perfect time to dive in. I'll also talk about some of the DLCs and where they fit into the storyline, and that's it. Let's start by going through the games in chronological order for anyone who wants to follow the right timeline. That's why the first one on the list is a DLC for Dragon Age. Origins called Liliana's Song. It's a prequel that dives deeper into Liliana's backstory, just like the name suggests. The difficulty doesn't really matter for this DLC, so feel free to play on whatever setting you prefer. Now you can jump into Dragon Age Origins, the game that started it all. Developed by BioWare, this RPG lets you play as a warrior, mage, or rogue, with backgrounds that include elves, humans, or dwarves. It's often described as a spiritual successor to the Baldur's Gate series, and its world was inspired by The Lord of the Rings and A Song of Ice and Fire. Next up is the Dragon Age Origins DLC called Awakening. This full expansion picks up about 6 months after the main game and adds almost 20 hours of extra content. We have another DLC for Origins, Golems of Amgarak. This one takes place chronologically after Awakening and is much more challenging than the base game. You can import your Warden from Origins or Awakening, or start fresh with a new level 20 character. Moving on to the last Origins DLC, Witch Hunt. This one follows up on what Morrigan, your companion from Origins, has been up to a couple of years after the end of the first game, technically after the start of Dragon Age 2, but I'd still recommend playing it after Origins. Without giving too much away, I'd say this is the most important Origins DLC for the rest of the Dragon Age series. It's time to play Dragon Age 2, the sequel to Origins. Set in the world of Thedas, you'll play as Hawke, a human mage, rogue, or warrior, who starts as a lowly refugee in the city of Kirkwall and eventually becomes its legendary champion. You'll explore and fight from a third-person perspective, while also meeting companions who play major roles in the story and gameplay. By the way, Exiled Prince, Mark of the Assassin, The Black Emporium, and Legacy are all DLCs that add questlines and extra content to the main campaign, though Legacy does explore Hawke's past. Next up is Dragon Age Inquisition. It's the 3rd game in the series and serves as a sequel to Dragon Age 2. The gameplay is similar to the previous games, but introduces several semi-open worlds for you to explore. You'll control the Inquisitor and their companions mostly from a third-person perspective, but there's also an option to switch to a classic top-down RPG camera. And finally, Dragon Age, the Veilguard. It's set to release on October 31st, 2024, with pre-orders available for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. This sequel takes place 10 years after Inquisition and Trespasser, and it's the 4th major game in the Dragon Age series. It will feature new locations in the world of Thedas for players to explore, and that's pretty much everything for this order. For those who want to play the games in release order, here's a list, including the DLCs. Make sure to pause the video and take notes. BioWare has already shared some detailed previews of the next Dragon Age. We know where Veilguard fits in the timeline, but I'll avoid spoilers for anyone who wants to be surprised. We've learned a lot about the direction the game is going. If you want a real sneak peek, you can even watch the first 20 minutes of Veilguard gameplay. Alright, we've reached the end of the video. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know which Dragon Age game is your favorite. Don't forget to subscribe for more great content. Guys, until next time.